What is up, Gamer Army? Welcome to another exciting, amazing episode of Psycho Gamer. I'm your host, Aubrey, and today, this episode, we are going to take a look at some more pinball goodness. Yes, Stern Pinball has done it once again. I know I've done a couple videos of them recently for some of their super expensive pinball machines that have come out, but I've gotten a little bit of good feedback from those particular machines. This particular pinball machine we're going to be looking at also is from Stern Pinball. It is going to be the new Led Zeppelin Pinball machine. So stay tuned, hit that like and subscribe, turn on the post notifications as always, guys, and stay tuned. You're going to love this. All right, welcome back once again, guys. Like I said, we are going to go ahead and take a look at Stern Pinball's just announced Led Zeppelin pinball machine. Now, Zeppelin's been around since the beginning of rock and roll almost, talking 60s and 70s. So, this band has made some great music over the course of 50 years. But in terms of promotions, you really can't get much better than maybe Kiss. But we're going to switch over into my computer. We are going to take a look at this pinball machine. You don't want to miss it. It might be a little bit drawn out because there's 3 different machines we're going to go over, just like the ones from Ninja Turtles. All right, here we go. We are getting our information directly from pinballnews.com. I saw this kind of come up in my feed a couple days ago, or like yesterday, and I was like, oh, this actually looks like it could be really, really cool. It is going to be very expensive, much like those other machines I've really gone over, like the Star Wars pinball, as well as the Ninja Turtles pinball. So they released a teaser last week for the Led Zeppelin game, but they've officially launched the title today. As usual for the Stern Cornerstone title, the title comes in 3 variants: Pro, Premium, and Limited Edition, as per the last couple videos I've done from them. We're going to start looking at the Pro, which uses the artwork from Led Zeppelin 3 album as inspiration. So, a lot of you who were around in the 70s may actually like this. There's only going to be 500 of these actual machines made, so, or at least I think the higher end one. So, if there's going to be 500, it's probably going to be for each one of the models. But as you can tell, it's their typical pinball style table. The art looks just phenomenal all the way around it. It does look like the Led Zeppelin 3 album. You have your basic plunger, you have your coin area here as well, your start button. Let's see if I can zoom in at all. No, it just kind of focuses. But you can see the front-facing artwork on there. It does look like it has a big screen. It does show the little limited edition logo that's going to be right there, which I believe we'll look at. It's going to be zoomed in a little later on. But they're generally showing the logo here. Sometimes they're showing them right here under the glass as well. They are going to have 4 nice-looking legs there. I know, we are leg men when it comes to pinball machines. Isn't that right, guys? This is going to be your little 45-degree angle from the opposite side. So you're still going to have all that great artwork from Page and Plant. And I'm not going to pretend that I am the most knowledgeable person on Led Zeppelin, because I am not. So if you guys leave posts below asking, well, why didn't you talk about this? It's because I don't know everything about them. I know of Led Zeppelin. That's all I can really say. So the artwork for all 3 models comes from Steven Jensen. So you can definitely see how this is looking right here. This is the whole background that you're looking at for the Pro model. It's their Translite artwork. Obviously, this is all going to be backlit as well, which is pretty sweet. There's your Led Zeppelin Pro Edition. That's the little thing that I was telling you was right there. Basically, the plaque telling you what version you're getting. This is the premium model, which is going to be based off the band's first release, simply called Led Zeppelin, for its cabinet, back box, and the Translite art. So obviously you can see the big Zeppelin there going down. So it's going to have a lot more lighting on the inside of it from what I can see. I'm sure we're going to look at a side-by-side comparison down the way here. But it looks fairly similar to what you're looking at. I'm sure they're going to have more on the inside. This is your front face of your coin container, your plunger, your start button. And I like the looks of the screen, though. That's a big screen when it comes to these. What are they, maybe 7 or 8 inches? I'm sure they're going to have a lot of the music going on, which I believe I saw a list down below. This is your 45-degree angle there. It looks like I see a Zeppelin in there, so that's actually something that will be pretty cool. And then this one, this is the limited edition model, which uses the Icarus character drawn by Joe Pedagno, I'm horrible with names, who never appeared on a Led Zeppelin album cover but forms the logo and the band's record label, Swan Song Records. So that actually looks really cool. I like the lighting. You can tell they just didn't use basic black all the way around it for the trim, so they actually painted everything blue. The art on this looks really nice. I'm definitely not going to lie, I'm actually kind of a fan of this one. And as always, they put the higher quality speakers up in this particular machine because that's what they do with the higher end ones. You still have your plunger. Basically everything kind of looks the same. There is a button on the top here, which I'm sure we'll look at here in just a moment. There's your 45-degree angle. Now, one thing I do like about how they do their machines is their backlight right here. It kind of goes like an extension of your side panels, or your side panel is an extension of that, which is actually really, really awesome. And this is going to be the backlit area there. It shows Stern Pinball right there. Obviously, I got to put their logo somewhere on there. And this is the Pro Models playfield. So I'm seeing, looks like you got 1, 2, 3 actual flippers here as well. You have your ball lanes here as well. Looks like you got 1, 2, 3 ramps, and you do have a Zeppelin in there. And as you can see, 3 stainless steel ramps on the Pro and 3 flippers, with the 3rd flipper on the upper right. Usually, though, for a Steve Ritchie design, the upper flipper doesn't shoot directly at a side ramp, at least not on the Pro models. Instead, it has a short lane with a startup target at the end, as well as the LED target bank, the ZEP targets, and the center ramp too. Bottom playfield will have 2 flippers in the usual place with a single in lane and out lane on each side, which together spell out roll, ROLL. Slingshots are the plain single player variety, and while they lack any lighting mounted on top, there is additional illumination provided by LEDs mounted inside the plastic bottom apron. So, the thing I like about the newer pinball machines is they are getting very technologically pretty. Now, ones like your older Demolition Man and Terminator 2, I loved those pinball machines. Those were probably some of the coolest looking ones. Rules seemingly superficially be fairly simple. The rule cards describes the basics. Each song has its own set of arrow shots that score points. As the song progresses, different shots become available to the player. So they got combos, Icarus multiplayer, Zeppelin multiball, tour modes. Shoot the right ramp to light tour modes. Shoot the left eject to start the tour. Tour multiball. So this is basically all the stuff that you're looking at here with the actual instructions of the game. Models feature 10 full-length studio recording songs from Led Zeppelin, with gameplay features changing as the songs progress, rather than just being background music. So they are going to have Good Times, Bad Times, Communication Breakdown, Whole Lot of Love, The Immigrant Song, Kashmir, Black Dog, Ramble On, Rock and Roll, Trampled Underfoot. This song remains the same. They probably could have picked any 10 Zeppelin songs and they wouldn't have been bad songs. No speech from the band in the game. Instead, American comedian, actor, writer, and musician Brandon Small provides the voice calls. So that would have been kind of cool if they would have actually gotten some of the voices from some of the original members. But you can only do what you can do. According to Gary Stern, to avoid repetition, the game's start default selection is rotated if the player does not make a selection. Music's interactive with the game. Gameplay features update at the start of each verse or chorus of a song. So the game's not going to start exactly the same whenever you start playing it, which is pretty awesome. Above the flippers are several inserts indicating balls locked for tour multi-ball and your progress through the tours and features towards the final wizard mode indicated by a Zeppelin symbol with a question mark. I think they made that one a little bit of a run-on sentence right there. 4 target banks on the playfield. First is a 2 bank of stand-up targets on the left side, which relight the ball saver in the left outline. As it doesn't say kickback, it's probably safe to assume it just launches a new ball rather than kicking the existing ball back into play. So you can see ball saver. The second bank of targets is a free 3 bank spelling LED, which is just below the inner lane, and it's a solid if dangerous hit from the upper flipper and can be shot from the right bottom flipper too. Somebody didn't proofread this, I don't think. LED for lead, and then ZEP for Zeppelin, which is what they're just talking about right there. Final target bank ups the number to 4, but returns to stand-up targets to spell out ROCK on the rock side of the playfield, or right side of the playfield. Rock on. You do have the nice big Zeppelin there. I like how it does show the playlist over here as well. So, Pro playfield when illuminated. Lots of lights. Like I said, this is a very bright looking machine. It has your Zeppelin model there. Spinner in the left orbit. Inner lane with stand-up target at the end. Like pathuk. Left, center, right ramps. Behind the back panel. The Icarus model on the playfield next to center ramp, which we understand leaps when the stand-up target below is hit. Goes boom, boom, boom. Much like the leapers in Sacred Stiff, or Scared Stiff, Sacred Stiff, Scared Stiff. Usually there's no roller lanes above the pop bumper, but there's a lock eject saucer at the very top of the playfield, like the one on the AC/DC and a control gate on the right lane, which allows the eject to shoot the ball either back down the lane or into the bumpers. And there's your bumper area. Pop, pop, pop. Top right side of the playfield. Like I said, this machine looks really, really nice. I like the little figures that they got in it. The Icarus, the Zeppelin. Pro model doesn't include any kind of novel mechanical device. To get what we need to move to the premium and limited editions. So this is where it starts getting even prettier in terms of the playfield. So this is a difference between the Pro and your premium playfields. So some of the things that we can notice right here, you actually have this little thing that pops up and you can hit your ball right into it. So you don't have that in the Pro, but you do have it in premium. That is like one of the biggest differences that I can really see, because they all have the same Icarus, the Zeppelins, even all the lighting looks fairly similar to it as well. Arrangement of the 4 band members' faces changes to accommodate what Stern calls the interactive electric magnet device. So I guess it is a magnet instead of just something that kind of pops up and takes the actual ball, or it does both. Well, poo on me. It shows in the raised position, and it gives a little area to knock your ball through. Apart from a free spinning spinner, the magnet behind can grab the ball, throw it, hold it as a captive ball, or hold it and lower the device in the playfield and turn it into a locked ball. So it can be a locked ball area. It's a major difference between the Pro and Premium Limited Edition playfields, but of course it's far from the only one. So the inner lane on the Pro becomes more functional and sends the ball into a 180-degree turn and onto a cross playfield wire form to join the right ramp return. The Zeppelin toy remains the same. What you do get though is the so-called expression lighting system, which provides full RGB playfield lighting through 2 rows of LEDs running on the inner sides. Okay, I thought I saw. It looks like there's a lot more lighting on the inside. So I wasn't wrong about that. Much like the Guns N' Roses release, bar for playfield lighting effects has been raised considerably, and any rock and roll title has to provide a fully immersive lighting experience to match the intense music and lighting and sound effects, dynamic graphics, and intense gameplay. So it does look really cool that the lighting is actually right above the Zeppelin, so it'll reflect off of it. Now, limited edition of 500 games for the Paradise Blue powder coat to the metalwork, an enhanced audio system, anti-reflective glass, and a shaker motor. So that, it looks very similar to the premium one. Looks like the area is more wood than anything else. I could be wrong. It looks different. No, it's the same. Limited edition playfield, the illuminated playfield in the game, and they also have your little plaque right here that tells that it's a limited edition, as well as being autographed by the game designer Steve Ritchie. Right side of the bottom apron. A lot of this looks fairly similar to the other options. More pictures of the Icarus model, the scoop, orbit, and left ramp. The electric magic in the lowered position. And then it has a whole list of game features that we've already kind of gone over here. In terms of pricing, your Pro model is going to be $6,199. Premium, $7,799. And the limited edition model is going to be $9,199. So it's going to be very expensive, like I have mentioned. But that's pretty much going to do it for this look at the Led Zeppelin pinball machine. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Hopefully you didn't click off 2 minutes into it. But I think a lot of people, new and old, should know about this particular pinball machine, and as well as look forward to getting something that can bring back a piece of people's childhood in terms of pinball, as well as rock and roll history from Led Zeppelin. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and I really hope you guys will stick around for the next videos that I do. Until then, guys, game on. Hey, thanks for stopping by my channel, guys. Check out some of my other videos for some of my other Arcade1up videos and my other video game videos. Hopefully you like some of them. Leave a comment for the ones that you actually do watch. Game on.